Hello, everybody. Happy Monday to you, and welcome to the Witty Writer Show. And I am so excited today because I'm going to be interviewing three amazing authors. And our first guest is here with us right now, Carla Lewis. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. I've been so excited, Carla, because you and I connected quite a while ago now. It must be, what, 2-3 years ago now, if not longer?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think it was 3 years ago.
Wasn't it?
I think it was 3 years ago.
Time just flies, I tell you, it really does. And we just clicked straight away, and I've become such a huge fan of your books and your writing because
thank you. You too.
You're just phenomenal. You really, really are. Now we have got your co-authors of your new anthology coming on with us soon as well. Just bear in mind, everybody who's viewing. Most of us have got jobs and kids and family stuff going on. So Nick and Elle will be joining us shortly because obviously where they are, they've got kids arriving home and stuff like that. So it's all exciting. There's going to be 3 of you soon. But welcome, everybody. And we're here today to celebrate this beautiful book.
Yes.
It is amazing. It's called Beyond the Cogs. Oh, there we go. Elle's just joined us. I'm just going to pop her on, look. There we go. Hello, Elle.
Jeez, Carla, how many books do you have?
I was admiring
all back there.
Oh my word.
Phenomenal. Honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. Elle, I was just introducing your beautiful anthology that you've written with Carla and Nick, Beyond the Cogs. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the cover.
Yeah, our designer Jessica did an amazing job. I've worked with her before. Our prior anthology, Link by Link, she also designed that cover as well. So I adore her. She's a gem to work with.
She's amazing. She really, really is. We've already got people jumping on and saying hello. So if you've just joined us, please say hello. And if you do have any questions for Carla, Elle, or Nick, who's joining us shortly, then please put them in the comments because we would love to answer them for you and have your feedback. James is already saying hello. Look at it. Hello, James. We have no live, so I am here. Hello, ladies. He's so modest. He is. He's so modest. He's fabulous. And James always shares our show, which is fantastic. It's truly appreciated. Now, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube as well. So hopefully we'll be getting questions and people saying hello from both ends. We've already got Anne, who's just joined us as well. Look, she says hello. So we've got lots of people popping on, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, oh my gosh, I have to say, ladies, I managed to read your beautiful anthology when I was on vacation, and I could not put it down. I swear to you, my husband's going, would you like to go in the book? I'm like, no, I'm reading. No, I'm reading. I couldn't put it down. So I'm just going to read the back blurb because, as soon as you sent me all the information, I was intrigued. So it's Beyond the Cogs. When a world is reimagined. This anthology contains 3 impeccable steampunk stories, ranging from the gritty tale of battling a creature who steals the souls of others, to dabbling in the taboo art of imbuing a human soul into an automaton, and even a man venturing back home only to discover he's been demonized. Dun, dun, dun. It's awesome. It's awesome. Now, Carla, you wrote the Soulless ones.
Yes.
Which is the
Elle made me.
I did actually. And you know it's an awesome story.
I swear I loved all 3 of these stories. They were absolutely amazing. Now, Carla, how on earth did you come up for the whole premise of the Soulless ones and your main protagonist who literally hunts them down? It was brilliant. How did you come up with it?
Actually, that story started off, I got 4,000 words into the story, and Parasol lived at home with her parents and, stumbled upon this mystery. And I was like, okay, this is going good. I love it. It's going good. And then all of a sudden, the first line in the new one, I was like, wait a minute. Maybe I'm telling the wrong story. Parasol's like, no, I'm not. I don't stay at home with my parents. I'm like, okay. And with the Soulless ones, it's like, I want to do vampires, but, you know, they've been done the same way forever.
Yeah.
And I said, and I always used to wonder, well, how do they digest all that blood? You know, so I said, let me try something different. And then I remembered that there was a scientist who actually weighed the human soul. So all these things are like flying in my head. I'm like, that's interesting. I'll use that instead. I don't know. My mind's crazy. So I wrote it while I was on vacation.
Oh my God. Do you know what? I mean, I love the whole concept of your story. It just blew my mind. Oh, we got Nick just joined us. There we go. Hello,
Nick.
Hey.
Hello, darling. Thank you for joining us. Now, just so everybody who's just joined us knows, Carla, Elle, and Nick have just written and published this beautiful anthology called Beyond the Cogs, which I am addicted to. Now, as you're all here, I just want to tell you, you all need to write full-on novels of these stories. I was bloody addicted. It almost took over my vacation in Mexico. My husband was getting so frustrated with me. Well, do you want another drink? No, I need to stay sober because I need to finish this book.
Hey, a couple of drinks might have made it interesting read too.
Oh my God. I swear to God, it was awesome. It's awesome. So, Nick, Carla's just been telling us about her inspiration for her story. And I have to say, I loved the name of your main protagonist because oh my God. I mean, she's such a badass. You know, she does what she wants. She kills all these soulless ones. She doesn't take no shit from no one. And yet you call her Parasol. I love that. I thought that was the best name ever. I mean, talk about a contradiction.
Yes.
But yet later on in the story, you really see her protective side, especially over the other female characters in the story. I don't want to give too much away, but she sees other women who are strong, but because she knows she's the stronger woman with the more experience of killing and protecting, her protective nature just takes over. And it was such a good scenario, and the whole concept was fantastic. So yes, full on novel, please.
Yes, I will do that.
You're not the only one that has said that to her.
I swear to you, all three of them need to be full on novels. We've also got there we go. Look, we got Anna who's just joined us as well.
Hi, Anna.
Why she's just joined us. If you've got any questions, don't forget, put them in the comments and I'll put them on there for you. Now, Nicholas or Nick, you wrote the Rogue of Vanguard.
Oh, that was so good.
It was brilliant. I have to say, all three of you are so good at describing the scenes and because all three stories have all these gadgets and devices and stuff like that. All three of you were amazing describing them. I could picture everything in my head. Nick, how did you come up with your concept? Because I mean, I was so intrigued. I sort of had a feeling that he might be who they were looking for. I don't want to give too much away, but when it sort of dawned on his, on the other character's mind, are they chasing you? My mind was like, yes, it is. I was right. That was so intriguing. But you've got like a bit of a parallel universe thing going on with your character, haven't you? Because he's come from, it's the same world, but it's completely different where he's from to where he finds himself. Tell us a bit more about your story.
Yeah, so for mine, first off, I'm a big fan of rooting for the villain. I really like things where you're kind of on the wrong side for the entire time. But in this case, I didn't want to leave the story off in that kind of direction, so I won't say too much, but I don't want him to be the villain forever. But that's kind of where it all started, was I just wanted a steampunk story where, you know, the main character was terrible and he did terrible things, possibly.
The thing, you have to really torn. When I was reading your story, I was literally super torn between, is he the baddie? No, he can't be because he's such a gentleman, and yet he's not. I was like completely torn.
He's a little misunderstood.
Yes, but
that's what I got. He was misunderstood.
Yeah, and the ending was brilliant. It just left me wanting more because I wanted to know about his world, where he's from, the issues that they're having, and everything else. It was just absolutely brilliant. Now, Elle, you wrote Gossamer and Thorns. Oh my gosh, that was heart-wrenching.
Yes.
I have to say, because, oh my God, I mean, what would any of us do for the person that we love?
Mm-hmm.
That is the question.
It was brilliant because, you know, you wrote about, you know, an aristocrat who's well off, but you also wrote about, you know, characters who are thought less of because they have, you know, a new disease that's, you know, ravaged your world, and yet they're still genuine people, and they're trying to, you know, live their lives and everything else, but they're losing family members to this disease through no fault of their own. And then your two main characters just have such a deep connection and such a love for each other, which is obviously gone from, you know, from quite a way back. And, you know, and it did make me think, what would I be willing to do for somebody that I loved? And let's face it, when you genuinely love somebody that much and they're your soulmate, you do anything.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when you have the money to do it.
Well, exactly. Well, money helps, doesn't it? Money talks, as I say. But how did you come up with yours?
So this has actually been an idea of mine for quite some time. For those who read it and are wanting more of it, I will say more is coming. But this is kind of like a prequel, so treat it as that. So I had in my mind this future story, and I really wanted to write the origin story of, I don't want to say the character, but Carla called it, and she was like, I know what this is. Origin story. So I'll say it's an origin story, not what kind of origin story. But I wanted to know where this character came from and really how it created the character that he is, Chris. And I knew he had this love of his life and he would do anything. And he had this deep well of emotion. But what happens when that well of emotion gets corrupted and tainted? So that kind of fed into the story. And also, like, as I was writing it, it was one of those that it became like a Frankenstein type story, but that was quite accidental. As I was writing it, I was like, oh, here we go. We're like kind of dipping into Mary Shelley. Like that was kind of, yeah.
Why would you not? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Mary Shelley wrote one of the most classic stories ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, what an inspiration she was, full stop. It just blows my mind. It really does. Now, all three of you came up with these devices and flying machines. Nick, you blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
You writing about, you know, these flying machines and then this train, which I everything I pictured in my head.
The train is what a lot of people bring up, by the way.
Yes, I mean, those are the best stories when you can picture it in your mind. It's like reading a movie that's appearing in your head.
Mm-hmm.
But you came up with these gauntlets with the globes and everything else. Was it difficult to actually try and put all that down on paper? I'll start with you, Carla, because you know.
Now start with Nick, because Nick wrote all those gadgets. And I was like, so maybe I need to step up my game.
I will butt in and say Carla was like, Elle, I don't think I can do this because Nick, he went off the deep end and he like fully submersed into steampunk, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, Carla, write your damn story.
Okay.
High
Nick,
praise.
I'm going to start with you then, Nick. So how difficult or easy was it for you to create all these amazing things on paper for your readers?
So for me, the difficult part was explaining what they kind of looked like and going into the imagery of it, because like coming up with the devices and the transportation, or even like the attunement orbs, I had a lot of fun with that. I'm a big gamer. I even, as far as audiobooks, I listen to a lot of like lit RPG and that kind of stuff. So I really like the idea with stuff like that, and unique power sets and stuff. So I don't know, I thought it was fun. Every time I had like a whole list of ones that I scrapped too, where I was like, that sounds a little silly. That's not going to work. Because I think steampunk can get silly very fast. Mm-hmm. So I was like, if it sounds childish, I'm going to throw it out. Except for the locomotive cart. Thought that was fun.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. I really did. And when he used that orb to make it go faster, I pictured it all in my head. That him getting the orb and then shoving it into the guts of the train and everything else. And I love the fact that the driver was like so surprised, like, what's going on? I want those. It was absolutely brilliant. Now, Carla, you've been very modest because you came up with Parasol's horse, which go from looking completely like a horse to being, showing its true self and being all mechanical. And I pictured all of that in my head, it being able to change. And I love the fact that you'd only feed it apples and stuff like that because of the way its body works. It was fantastic.
I was like, I hope this doesn't sound stupid.
No,
I liked Betsy. I liked Betsy because I was thinking, well, in my world, everybody's coming back from a plague. So it's, the steampunk is, I had to use things that, like the horse would have to be faster because they've all, because automotives have already been out, or, and things like that. So I had to use something where people were thinking in terms of, we need to be past where we were before the world was destroyed. Yeah. And I thought, since she's a bounty hunter, it would make sense for her to have a car, Mercedes. And I didn't see her with one, but I also didn't see her with just a regular horse for some reason. It's just like, Betsy surprised me, and I was like, hey, I like Betsy. So, it just, I don't know.
It was fantastic. And I love the fact that you gave your story sort of like a Wild West type feel.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because I can imagine if the world ever went through, a terrible plague or whatever, you can imagine society going back to the old ways.
Mm-hmm.
The old ways of doing things, the old ways of dressing, because that you have to use the old ways of manufacturing clothes and stuff like that. You can imagine that happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so nice because it was all three of the stories were really modern, but they had that oldie worldy feel as well. It was such a nice balance. It really was. And her sister is a robot in the story, and she's such a badass, but she's so snarky. She's got this lovely sarcastic nature that just kept making me smile. And considering obviously you got a human and a robot who are actually sort of siblings and such, they have such a close relationship. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Was it difficult for you to really, get across the Soulless ones? I mean, you wrote it beautifully, but how difficult was it for you to actually put that on paper? Because you did it such a good job.
It was difficult, and I harassed Elle quite a bit in the writing process. It took me literally, because we went on vacation in July and I started it and stopped it and changed it. And it took me that entire month. And then I was like, Elle, I need more time. And then I was like, I might need more words. And so it was because I was like, okay, I need to put everything in there that makes sense. And I write a lot. I write a lot of words anyway. So it was difficult. And then until I got to the end. And then the end was like, oh, okay, now I see the story and it's really good and I like it. And that was fine. But getting those first few thousand words, that was difficult.
Yeah.
I did hold her hand, but I also want to say I had to use Wild Wild West as an example for Carla.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, lean into, if that's the kind of steampunk that you need to go, lean into that and go that route. If you can't, go into the world's aspect like Nick, that's fine. Write your own story. And I was like, Carla, this is so good. Like, don't trash it. Please don't give up on it. It's okay.
Well, I'm so glad she did it because it just blew my mind. Now, your character Emily in your story, Elle, she's quite a delicate flower, isn't she? But you do get a sense of an inner strength. I mean, she's got this terrible disease. Now, how did you come up with this disease? Because one of the things I liked was the fact that you made it visible to me as a reader, with the two different color eyes. I thought that was fantastic. How on earth did you come up with this disease?
This has been a story that I've had with me for a while, and I wanted to come up with something that somebody could see. And I love I forgot the technical term, but the mismatched eyes, like looking like David Bowie, or the model or actress that I used for like inspiration is, oh my gosh, what is her name? Bosworth. Emily? Is it Emily? No, Emma Bosworth. She actually has the mismatched eyes. And I was like,
I think I know who you mean.
I'm going to use her, and I want that to be the indicator, like, oh, and it was supposed to be something that had people go, you have that disease, and kind of detach themselves, like if they were that snobby. It's not a contagious disease, it's just a genetic, but it's something that people can go, I don't want to have anything to do with you if they're of a snobby, upper crust.
Yes. Yeah. And let's face it, I mean, that's it's a real thing that, that is a real part of the world, unfortunately. But you did it, you wrote it so beautifully that it was so full of action, and yet it was a love story as well. And the ending, I was like, I don't want it to end.
Yeah. It is. It's not the end, but it is.
I know. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you guys. I really, really am. For those of you who have just joined us, this is the cover for Beyond the Cog. Sorry, my light is getting in the way. Now, you guys are doing a giveaway with us on the Witty Writer Show, aren't you? So I'm super excited. So there are details available. But to win the giveaway, you guys have to share this interview, and you can do it across all platforms. So wherever you find me, you can share it. So you can share it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever I am, you can share it. Just make sure you tag me, everyone, so I can see that you've shared it, and then your name will get put into the giveaway. And we were going to give you a decent amount of time, because the next interview I've got is the 29th. So you've got loads of time to share, and the more times you share, the more entries you will get.
Yes.
Super excited. So if you guys don't mind, if you could put some pictures underneath our interview of the goodies, and then people can see exactly what they've got the chance of winning. But just to let you all know, our winner for the last show is actually Josephine Wrightson. So congratulations, Josephine. She shared like 6-7 times.
Oh, Josephine.
Yeah, she was sharing a book
girl.
club and book groups. So more times you share, the more you got a chance of winning, and it includes this beautiful book. Oh, you won't want to put it down, everybody. I swear to you, you won't want to put it down. Speak of the devil, Josephine's joined us. Look, she says hi.
Hi.
Hello, my little winner. So you've won for the last show. We've also got Sarah Louisa. She says hi, everyone.
Hello.
And Josephine is super excited. She's like, woohoo! We love winners. We love winners. Oh my gosh. Now I just want to go through your achievements, because I know you're all very, very modest. I know that. So I'm going to blow your trumpets for you. Now, Carla, you've done a number of anthologies, which have all been absolutely fantastic. And also you've written the Lineage book, which again I could not put down. She's bad for my housework and work, I'll tell you. And you've got the second book coming out, Zealot. Now, when is Zealot coming out?
March 22nd.
Oh, I can't. I am literally on tenterhooks because I devoured Lineage. I literally devoured it within days.
Glad.
Could not put it down. So I am like super, super excited. But as I said, you've done other anthologies as well, which are varied in genre as well. So everybody, you do need to check out Carla's Goodreads and Amazon pages, etc., because all of her books are on there and they're fantastic. And just to let you know, her review rating on Goodreads is 4.4 out of 5, which is amazing. And that's 207 ratings. So she's a writing machine. Now, Nick, you're an interesting character, because not only are you an author, and a very good one, because your reviews are 4.3 out of 5 as well, which is fantastic, but you're also a guitarist as well, and you used to be in a band.
Wow.
Tell me more, because I'm a songwriter as well as an author, so I was like, oh, I'm really intrigued now.
I was a founding member of the post-hardcore group Nora Stone back in 2011. I put out 3 albums with them, a bunch of music videos. We toured a lot. We were on like Metal Mayhem Festival with Rob Zombie, and we did a lot of that. And then I started having children, and I was like, I'm gonna go the dad route. I'm gonna bow out, and now I have 4 kids. So,
oh,
You're a busy man.
Exactly.
I move a lot too. That was in New York. I've lived in Delaware. Now I'm up in Maine. Just everywhere.
Wow, it's just
Wow.
amazing. Do you know? I think it's lovely though, because when your kids start getting older and they start realizing what you do for a living and what you have done for a living, it sort of blows their little minds a little bit. I think, really, my dad was a guitarist. Where? Do you know what I mean? It's just absolutely wonderful, and I think as authors, we have the privilege of creating, a legacy. Our books are going to be there. There's going to be copies of our books out there forever. They're always going to be around, and I think that's an amazing legacy for our children. And I think, especially as we get older, as we keep creating, they see that you don't ever have to stop. You can still achieve your dreams and goals and create things for other people to enjoy, no matter what your age. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. I really, really do. I don't know how old your kids are, but my kids, I've got, 3 in their 20s and one's just turned 18, and they're still very like, oh, yeah, well done, Mum. Whatever. I don't think they've quite realised how much it takes to actually write a book, publish a book, market a book, and keep it relevant. But you never know. They might find out one of these days.
I mean, my oldest is 5 years old, so it'll be a bit. But they like seeing my picture on the back of the books, so that's
Aww.
That's so cute. That's so cute. And because you've now got 4 children, are you tempted in having a go at children's literature?
Basing it off of my other work, probably not.
It is a whole different ball game. I know because I'm doing it right now. It's a whole different ball game. What about you, Elle? Because you've got kids as well. Have you thought about having a look at the children's literature side?
I have done YA, and that's kind of like as young as I can write because it's really hard for me to remove violence. Because I love my action and I love my romance, and that I find that very hard when you start getting below the YA. So, and I know children's picture books. I could do a children's picture book, but I know that is like a hard market too. So
yeah, it is, and it's so competitive. Oh my gosh. I mean, the market's saturated. What about you, Carla? Have you thought about doing other genres and doing full-on books?
I did a YA short story, and like Elle, that's as young as I can go because I tend to get a little dark, and you don't need to see that. Like, yeah. I mean, you know what? Actually, let me take that back. When I was in fashion design school, don't ask. Me and one of my fellow students or whatever, we wrote a children's book. We wrote a little she drew all the pictures, and I did all the wording. It's somewhere around here in one of my cabinets, but yeah, I forget. It was about an imaginary friend, and yeah, I don't know if I can revisit that again, but it was cute.
I love that. Do you know, I could do with an imaginary friend right now, actually, because I like to curse a lot, and it'd be nice to have somebody to listen to without answering back. Oh my gosh. We've got JP who's just joined us. Now, Joanne was actually our last guest on the Witty Writers Show. So, JP, before you know, Josephine Wrightson on there on the comments is our winner for your book. So, thank you, darling. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh. Just bear with me 1 second because we've got a spammer trying to do psychic readings.
Oh, okay.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like to know where my writing career is going.
Yeah. The computer says no.
Our children's books in our future.
Oh my gosh. And do you know what? And I hate to say it, but I think I might have just blocked the wrong person. Block user. So Kelly, I'm sorry, love. I think I just blocked you by accident. So please try again. Choice of technology. I'm sorry, Kelly. I'm sorry. Now, Elle, oh my gosh, right. I do not know where you find the time to write as many books.
Yeah, I don't either.
You are a writing machine. Now, I lost count at like 25, I think. So you've got more than 25 books out. You've got multiple book series, and which include the Secrets of Galathea, Immortal Realms, Demons of Frosteria. Yeah. The Hunter. Plus, you've done anthologies as well as your full-on novels as well. Do you ever sleep, woman?
No. Because even when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll whip out my phone and write.
Do you know, I must admit, I'm the same, because 9 times out of 10, the moment your head starts hitting the pillow, you think, ding, ding, ding. Oh, that's a good idea. And you know, you have to put it down somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because if you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, it's gone. You're not going to remember it.
It's gone.
Yeah. So my phone is next to my bed and I have my notes on. And if Ian's asleep and I get a bright idea, if I'm too slitty-eyed and like not with it to type, I'll actually record it quick. I'll put it in my phone quick. But then trying to make sense of it the next morning, I'll go, what on earth? What was I thinking?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Now you're a bit of a crafter like me, aren't you, Elle? You like doing the old crafts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're a bit of an animal lover as well. I read that you've got a bit bit of a menagerie going on at home.
I do. So I have 4 dogs. So I'm sorry if you heard those earlier. My husband just came home. So I've got 4 dogs, 3 cats, and a horse.
Oh my gosh.
You and Nick.
I love horses. So I'm so was Elle's horse the inspiration for Betsy in your story, Carla?
I'll just go ahead and say yes then. I'll just say yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, there we go. So Josephine says, yes, I think we got a spammer. We have, but I think I've blocked the person, and I think I've blocked somebody else who I shouldn't have done. An apology later. We've also got Edward, who's just joined us. Hi, Edward. He said,
hi, Edward.
I thought I would drop in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, if any of you have got any questions about steampunk in general, or any of the stories from Beyond the Cogs, please put them in the questions, and we'll get to them as soon as possible. Now, I have to say, all 3 stories literally took me to completely different places. They were absolutely fantastic. Now, was it really easy to work together for this anthology? Because I mean, all 3 of you are just amazing authors. Who was the instigator who came up with the steampunk anthology idea? Why am I not surprised?
So that would be me. I run the co-op Midnight Tide Publishing, and I like to do 1 to 2 anthologies a year. And it's just a way to really get new authors kind of like cross-promoting with one another, and cross-promoting with, the authors and the readers too. And, finding new venues where, hey, these people may not read steampunk, but they're reading it now because Carla is writing steampunk now.
Yeah. I'm being forced to. I've got to be honest with you. I'd never been that attracted to steampunk. I loved looking at it, but I didn't really know anything about the steampunk genre. And when Carla sent me the copy of Beyond the Cogs, I'm going to keep holding that up because it's beautiful. Look, there we go. I was so intrigued. And because I'd already read Carla's other work, there was no hesitation about reading this at all. And it really has introduced me to a whole new genre. And I can't wait to read more steampunk stories because it's got me so intrigued, especially because all 3 of your stories were so well written and so descriptive and enabled me to picture everything in my mind. I'm hooked, I've got to say. And if any of these stories were made into, a TV series or a movie, I would definitely go and watch it, because in my mind, visually, they're all 3 were stunning.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Nick. Yours. We need the full-length book for the movie.
Yeah.
Just remember me when you're on the red carpet. That's all I'm saying.
We're going to try and get an anthology for Netflix. That's what we're going to try to.
Yes.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be so cool? You need to get on LinkedIn and start networking like I am. It works. It does work. Joanne says, beautiful cover. I couldn't agree with you more. And Edward says, steampunk, LOL. I have my goggles and aviator cap. Funnily enough, Edward, and I did say this to Carla this morning, I did try and actually buy, the hat with the goggles and everything. And I was going to wear it today, but I obviously was a bit too late because everything had sold out because of Halloween. I was gutted.
I actually have a pair, but I was running late today because my kids literally had just gotten off the bus. So I was like,
Well, next time I have you guys on the show, I'm definitely going to dress up because, well, any excuse really. You know what I mean? So now, obviously, things are starting to open up a little bit. With COVID numbers coming down and vaccinations get more frequent. Are any of you going to try and do any book signings for Beyond the Cogs?
Yeah.
You are. Will you dress up?
Yeah, we're all flying out to Hawaii for a.
They're like,
That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, because I could really see that happening. I think if any of you were able to do any book signings for Beyond the Cogs and did it like a dress-up event,
Oh, that'd be fun.
you'd be surprised how much interest you would get.
So, Nick, Nick is local to me because I'm in Massachusetts. Nick is up in Maine. Carla, I'm sorry, you're on the opposite side.
My husband's a truck driver. I can get there.
Yeah, or I'll volunteer because I live near Carla, so I'll volunteer to dress up as well.
So there's actually a steampunk festival in Waltham, Massachusetts. So
Really?
and that they're finally opening that up again, and you can apply to be a vendor. So if you're a steampunk author, you can dress up and bring your books.
Oh my god, that is.
When is this, Elle? When is this?
I want to say like between March of 22 and May, like in between that time area. They just sent out like their vendor application. Yeah.
You have to give me the information, Elle, so I can share it on my Write Better Author Smarter group, because we do have lots of authors from all different genres. So I'm sure we've got some other steampunk authors there as well, and lots of fans as well. Do you know what? I think it's fantastic when you can do any event where you get to meet your readers and they get to meet you, or you get to meet new readers. I think it's just brilliant. Excuse me. Now we've got a comment from John. John says, managed to get myself locked out of Facebook. Took me till now to get it cleared. I know the feeling, John. I've been there.
John. Hi, John. He's in my book club.
He says, now cut that out, Carla. It's supposed to be a secret.
Yeah. We're gonna read in the Vicki Pedersen's book club, Beyond the Cogs.
Oh, fantastic. Well, anything like that, if you can put it in the comments underneath our interview, that'd be fantastic. And that gives everybody a chance to join in, etc. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Now, I mentioned earlier that you guys are doing a fantastic giveaway, which I'm so grateful for, because our viewers love to get involved with giveaways. So, Carla, can you just tell us exactly what is in the giveaway?
Well, I'm going to be shipping out a steampunk pocket watch. Ooh. And we have a ton of bookmarks.
Oh, fantastic.
Happily give away. They're nice, though. I love those bookmarks. I might hold on to most of them, but yeah.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
See, I'm all prepared. Look. I'm trying to.
And then we have another one, too. We have another one. You know what? I put all those books behind me and then put the bookmarks on the pocket watch.
Or the watch. No.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We also have candles.
Which are beautiful, which are absolutely beautiful. Just to let everybody know, all of your links are attached to our interview today, to our show. So everybody can stalk you. They have permission to do so. And all your Amazon Goodreads links and everywhere, all your social media links, it's all attached to the interview. So now, as we said, and if you've only just joined us, just to let you all know, if you want to win this week's giveaway, to win beautiful merchandise and copy of this gorgeous book, all you have to do is share this interview everywhere. On social media, everywhere I am, you can share it and just tag me so I can see your entry, and you'll get entered into the draw. You can enter as many times as you want. So as more times you share, the more entries you will receive. As I said, just tag me so I see it. Guys, you are absolutely amazing. I have to say, all three of you are just the most amazing authors. Your writing just blows my mind, and I'm so excited to see what else you publish. Honestly, I really, really am. You've been absolutely wonderful. I hope you'll come back and join me again on the Witty Writer Show.
I think Nick should have prepared a song.
I wouldn't gonna do that.
It's been a number of years. It wouldn't be a very good song.
Actually, you know what, Nick? I was just thinking, because when you're a writer, it's amazing how many different types of writing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but I mean, I started songwriting before I started writing any books. Have you written books, during and before you was in the band, or is this just a recent development and a sort of I'm trying to think of the bloody word and I've just gone blank.
Yeah, I think I know where we're going.
A natural progression.
So oddly enough, I never wrote a book before the band, but while I was in the band, while we were on the road and everything, I would write short stories on my phone for fun. Never released them, just for fun. I have a fun idea and I'm like, I need something to do. It's long van rides. So that's what I would do. And I mean, I didn't think to write anything beyond that actually until I left the band and my wife got a hold of some of my stuff and she was like, how come you're not doing this? And I was like, well, I was playing guitar. I didn't have time. And then I had time. So
that's just fantastic, isn't it? I tell you, as I said, it's amazing how your writing develops over the years. And sometimes it can lead you on completely different paths than you ever thought was possible. It's just absolutely amazing. But Elle, I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, you've been writing for how long now?
A very long time. I actually started, I just turned 35. I started writing when I was 13. And I actually started with, I loved Edgar Allan Poe so much. And I loved his style of storytelling through poetry. So I would mimic his style. And then I just fell in love with, Tolkien and his worlds, that you could just taste and smell and feel like you're walking and feeling Smaug's breath. I just love that. And I started just kind of, I still actually have my binder full of stories that will never see the daylight. And things that I'm going, what is this? And ideas that I still go, someday that is going to have, a transformation, become something else. But, I was 13 and just creating these fantastical worlds that I still create to this day. So
I love it. Wait, I'll tell you, when it's inside you, you can't deny it. You just have to keep going. And Carla, you are just books through and through. I mean, not only are you an amazing author, but your support of other authors, including myself, is just tremendous. Plus, you work for publishing house as well, publishing company, and obviously, you're working with Ellie and the Midnight Tide press as well. You just blow my mind.
Oh, thank you.
How does this lady fit it all in? And then she starts sharing all the things she bakes, and I'm like, damn, she can bloody cook as well.
Yeah. I've been writing for a while. My mom brought me a typewriter when I was 7, 8. So I've been writing for a while. And funny story, when I was in high school, I started writing this book, and I would show it to my teachers. And at parent-teacher conference, my teacher, he was like, he told my mom, you should really make sure that she goes to school for writing. And she's like, yeah, I would want to. And of course I didn't, because I was silly and followed a friend to fashion design school. Again, let's not talk about that. But I don't even like to sew, but I went to fashion design school. I mean, yeah.
It wasn't wasted.
I'm there with you. I get it.
She's just style 101. She is. So it wasn't wasted.
It was wasted. But you know what? No, I'll take that back. My husband was stationed in Long Beach, where I went to school, so I met him. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Everything else was a big waste of time. Why did I go there? What did I do? So, yeah. And then this is another true story. 2013, I was still working at the phone company as customer service, and I had to go in to get my left thyroid removed, and turned out that it had grown down into a mass that was laying on my heart. So they had to cut me all the way down here, remove that. I was in ICU for a while. Wow. And I came home like a week later, and I wrote lineage for an entire month. I was so scared of going through that I wrote lineage in a month. I mean, that draft, I will never show anyone. I've hidden it. But,
there's a lock and key.
Yeah, it's locked up. But I mean, that inspired me because I've always wanted to write. I've always wrote, but that moment was like, okay, that's kind of scary. And, seeing that scar and going through that. Yeah.
I think we all, at some point, we all go through a moment of, what the hell, life's too short. I'm just going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And any author that I work with, or any author that I'm in contact with the Write Better Author Smarter group, I always say to them, life's too short.
Yeah. What
have you got to lose? It's better to regret something you've done and something you've tried than something you haven't.
Yeah.
As long as as long as you're safe and you take your precautions, whatever it is, go for it. But, I'm so glad, like you, that I took the plunge with writing, because it's opened up a whole new world for me. I get to interview, you guys, amazing authors who are so talented. I get to connect with my readers, and I get to help all other authors. It's a real privilege, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To be able to share our work with the world and reach people. It's such an amazing connection. I don't think you can beat it. I really, really don't. It's absolutely wonderful. Do you know what, girl? I could literally chat to you all day. You're so fascinating, all three of you, and I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today and
thank you for having us
and sharing your beautiful, beautiful book. I've already left my 5-star review on Amazon and Goodreads. I'm going to be reading it again. I might have to wait a little while, but I'm going to be reading it again because I absolutely loved it. And I highly recommend it to everybody. Whether you're into steampunk or not, you need to read this anthology. All 3 stories are amazing. So please keep me posted when you do full-on novels of all these stories, because I'm desperate for more. And everybody, don't forget to share for your chance to enter the giveaway. Thank you so much, everyone. Carla, you are amazing. Elle, you are amazing. And Nick, you are fabulous. Thank you all so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And I really do hope that you'll come on again, because you're all fantastic.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
And thank you for being on the Witty Writers Show. Don't forget to keep posted for our next live episode. We might have some more coming in before November, so keep posted. We do stream live on Facebook and YouTube, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this interview for your chance to enter the giveaway. So thank you, everybody, and bye for now.
Bye.